Oh, hello there. Yes. Well, 'tis the season of gits and respiratory illnesses. Yes. I think I've just had the same cold since Christmas. Anyway, horrible. Right, anyway, today, as we are hurtling towards the weekend, which no doubt I can spend presumably in bed or something. Anyway, bitching aside, yesterday my finickety eye was drawn to the New Culture Forum and Tim Dieppe from Christian Concern, who was suggesting that the Labour Party is likely, whatever that means, to bring in a special law around Islam and Islamophobia. And I do like the likely bit there, because of course if there's anything we know about the Labour Party, they are unlikely to do anything whatsoever, which is problematic. So he's basing this on something that happened years and years ago, and I'll come back to the concept of years and years ago just to haunt him. But what I was thinking of was, well, okay then, if you're going to say you make a very broad definition of something which is problematic, then surely you would also apply that to a broad definition of something else that's problematic, like the IHRA, which has been adopted effectively, as far as I can make out, into pretty much every single organisation in the UK as a matter of kind of employment law, whereby you mustn't mention Israel. Oh no, I just did. Jehovah, 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 etc. All those kind of jokes. Yeah, but what Tim is doing, okay, and sort of ably abetted, of course, by the gorgeous people at New Culture Forum and pretty much everywhere else that he crops up, mainly in print, is to suggest that there are special laws for some people and not special laws for other people. It's the whole Christian victimhood thing again. But, you know, has Tim said a word about the IHRA definition? As far as I can make out, loads of Google searches. No, not in the slightest. He's more than happy with that, because the people presumably that are going to get caught up with that are bad people. I'm going to use it as lightly as that, because we mustn't accuse him of racism just having a go at Islam. After all, that would be foolish, wouldn't it? Probably. Anyway, yeah, so we end up with this notion that there's this horrible law which might come in, whereas the actual horrible law that is here is completely ignored. Now, you see, for a cynical little git like me, I often assume that these kind of things are just essentially due to racism. But apparently, according to Tim, if you look this stuff up in the Bible, it's what the Bible believes. And once again, back in 2018, he wrote an article suggesting that treason is biblically justified. And of course, we all know where from. Of course, it's Deuteronomy, whereby if you look funny at God or sneeze in the presence of a priest, then you should be put to death and your ground salted. I paraphrase, but let's face it, everything's punishable by death in Deuteronomy. Mostly life, as far as I can make out. So I think that's very, very sensible that we can base our laws on Deuteronomy. The problem, of course, for Tim is that he'd be one of the first to go, because it appears when he's on the New Culture Forum that he's breaking at least one of those rules in Deuteronomy. Oh dear. Never mind, I'm sure he's absolutely right. But I mean, you know, if you have a look at Christian Concern and sort of think about, well, what exactly is it that they campaign on? And they're anti-abortionists, anti-trans, anti-gay activists. You know, I don't think it's unfair of me to say that. No, it isn't. That's what they are. That's what they do. And they are yet another one of these free-ride Christian groups that just masquerades as another form of extreme right-wing reactionary stuff which is out there, okay? Silent majority, after all. We all want a treason law based on Deuteronomy to come in. Yeah, thousands of people across certain churches that Tim goes to agree with him. Yeah, I'm sure Calvin Robinson would as well. Anyway, yeah, have a look at that. See what you think. I can't believe that these people get any form of platform at all. Yeah, isn't it about time we, as a secular society, which is exactly where we are, moved on from cowering in fear from invisible sky people? Not yet. 2024. And we're still here, cowering in the cave because there's thunder outside. I think we as a society need to grow up in a lot of ways. Anyway, do have a lovely Thursday if you can do. I'm going to go out there. Have a nice one.